What's going on, guys? This is your boy Trillionaire Mac. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, before we get started, I want you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon to be updated whenever I upload a new video, and also click that thumbs up if you find value from this video that I'm about to produce. So we're going to be going over London session trades pre-London as well as moving towards London. All right. We did have a trade this morning loading for CPI news to release, which I did send out to all of my clients. The entry was here. We had a stop loss here, and then our take profit was somewhere up here within this region. All right, we barely missed our entry. We missed our entry by 1 pip. Price continued to push to the upside, and then we had CPI news release here, and price just skyrocketed. So we missed our entry by a couple of pips. No harm, no foul. I'm currently looking for price to make its way back to this area here, but that is going to be a trade from my Telegram channel, so I don't want to spend too much time on that since it hasn't taken place just yet. All right, so what we can do is actually hit the replay button. All right, I'm going to break down all of these trades to you guys. Let's just delete all of this. All right, and we'll delete that as well. We'll also delete these confluences here. All right, now this is just a simple exercise that I like to do with some of my students when they are wondering why I took a trade or, my mindset throughout a certain trade or anything like that. So we can see based off of the M15 time frame here. All right, so just analyzing the charts before anything had taken place, we have a break of structure here to the upside. We definitely have some demand that was responsible for this break of structure. All right, price pulls back down into this demand. All right, so this was during, so yeah, if you trade London session, you would have been on the charts now. I like to get on the charts for London session around 2:30 a.m., work my way into 4 a.m., and then around 5:36 start to look for New York overlap. You guys may be able to hear it in my voice, but it's all good. So let's go back to the 1 minute time frame and let's just play price out. Okay, but overall we're looking for price to come into this zone here and give us a certain confluences that tell us that price wants to move to the other, that price wants to reverse. All right. So we come into this area, we see that we do have a break of structure, we have a mitigation of something, and we have price that grabs liquidity as well. All right. Okay, now here is where I would find this area very, very interesting. Now you had to do a little bit of deciphering within this area. The full change of character, I would say, would stem from this area here. Okay, but we do have a reaction to, this demand here, or this supply here, excuse me. Right, so we have a reaction, price pulls down, and then we have from this demand here, price takes out this reaction. All right, now this is a little bit more advanced. This is a more advanced entry model. Okay, this is not, so if you're a student of mine and the course hasn't released yet, okay, don't freak out. All right, this is an entry model that is going to be covered within the course. Currently, the course has about 24 videos, and that will be released within the next few weeks. All right, so we can see within this area here, this here would be our change of character. Okay, and the entry, we went forward just a little bit faster than what I wanted to. The entry model would be for price to return here. Now, this can be a little risky depending on your risk tolerance and what you like to see. If this follows your trading plan, which all of my students, once you guys have access to the course, we will be doing an exercise on building your own trading plan, things like that. All right, but if this follows your trading plan, then feel free to take advantage of trades just like these. Okay, I definitely want my stop loss to cover this area here. So that would be around 2 pips. That's completely fine. All right, and then let's talk about targets. So where am I going to target? So let me go back to the M15 time frame, and let's figure out a solid target. So you guys know me, I like to target swing highs and swing lows. So this area to me would be perfect to target, okay, as my first target. Now we definitely have some type of supply demand here. This could be my second target here. All right. And then we also have, if we move that back, and then we also have something up here as well. All right. But for me personally, I would probably target something within this area here. All right. So let's go back to the M1. Let's watch price tag us in. All right. And let's play price out. All right, so you can see we were tagged in to the T, had a little bit of drawdown right here within this area, completely fine. And then price starts to move to the upside. Perfect. Let's allow price to move. Okay. So once we tap into this area here, all right, we know that we have some type of supply here. So we're going to be paying attention to this area to see how it plays out. Okay, continues to push through. That's fine. Heading into our second zone. So let's say you close partials here, and then you close more partials at this supply here. And notice that these supply zones, okay, these order blocks, so to speak, are already on my chart. So this isn't something that I do after the fact, okay? You have to be prepared for price entering these zones beforehand. Okay, so we hit a supply zone. I know that I am bearish on the H4 time frame. Okay, I know I'm bullish on the M15, but we are also on a bearish leg on a pullback on the daily as well. So those are the things that you have to keep in mind. So let's go back to the M1. All right, let's play price. Okay, so within this area, we're already seeing a little something here. So what are we seeing? So we can see that price gives us a break of structure to the upside here. All right, there are 3 different ways that you can identify a break of structure. This is one way that I do. Okay, the other ways will be taught within my course. All right, and then here's the area that we are anticipating to break. We also have some demand here. And of course, we have our extreme supply here. All right, let's play price out. Once price breaks this area here, that would be my change of expectational order flow. Okay, so we play around, and we have that break here. Perfect. So we're failing demand, or failing to react to demand, and then we finally have a failure of that reaction. My next thing, going through my head is, okay, so we have our extreme up here. Price can return back to. Knowing that this is EU, it may not. Where do we have supply that's pumped into the market? Well, we have supply here. It's pumped into the market. So once this area breaks, what am I looking for? Sell position here. All right. If we go back to the extreme, that's completely fine. What I'll do is I'll just take a position on that extreme. Okay, but on this trade here, I would be comfortable with risking around 2 pips. Now let's talk about targets. So what are we going to target? Well, we're going to target swing low, M15 swing low, which would be here. Let's go back to it. All right, so I could target this area here, and my next area to target would be this demand zone here. All right, now this is completely optional to you. What I would say is you should backtest exactly what works for you. What I like to do is I like to use swing lows and swing highs, right? So we have a nice swing low here. I would really be comfortable with pulling price here, okay, after I go break even or risk free, and then I'll just let the rest run, all right? So let's play price. There we go, right? So we get tapped in here, all right? Let's continue to play price. Okay, now in this area here, okay, what I'm looking for is a second entry opportunity. So we have break of structure to the downside here. Price then creates new structure to the downside. That's fantastic. Okay, we see that price has created, let's just move this out of the way really quickly. Okay, we see that price has somewhat created equal highs here. So what does that tell me? That tells me that price may want to run these equal highs. That is just something that you have to keep in mind. Continue playing price out. Okay, we consolidate. And I want you guys to notice the first entry on a trade usually consolidates just like this, right? If you go back and you look at the backtesting session last week that I released for London session, you guys will see the same thing, right? So now we have a breakup structure to the downside, right? Now this does not take me away from the fact that we have equal highs here, right? It's still something that I'm going to keep in mind. But what I want to bring to you all's attention is this here. So we have equal highs that were formed here, and price swept those equal highs, and then we had a breakup structure to the downside, right? So because of that, right, now I'm not going to go over the entire schematic behind what I just went over for a quick second, right? I'm not going to go into detail, what I should say, what I just went over. But students of mine, you guys are definitely in for a treat with the course that's releasing. All right. Now, YouTube family, you guys, I will let you guys know when I do release the course, and we might give away 1 or 2 free free courses to you guys, along with a couple of mentorship sessions, because I want you all's honest opinion. All right, I want to make the course better as time progresses as well. So I'll be updating the videos within the course. I'll be updating the trading process, things like that. But this right here is a special type of candle that I like to look for. All right, I'm not going to go over all the confluences behind it, but students of mine, we just had a Monday night webinar yesterday with all of our students, and you guys can feel free to go check out that video because I do talk about those specific candles that I like to enter on. All right, so entry would be here. Okay, we have our special candle here, and we also know that we have equal highs here. Okay, so if price does tag us out here and comes up here, we'll be expecting a liquidity sweep, break of structure, and then we'll use the candle that sweeps that liquidity. So if we play this out, and there you have it. So we see that price comes right back to this area. and the rest is history, right? So this was the opportunity that was available during this morning's London session, right? So if we calculate all of these opportunities, now I'm not expecting you guys to catch all of these opportunities. I don't even expect myself to catch all these opportunities. But what we can do with this is we can use these proper entries to basically figure out what we need to do in real live market time. All right, this is why backtesting is so important. And it's what I would suggest to all my students. Even if you're a student of mine and you're not yet, you're trying to get used to seeing these things take place, don't worry about it. I would not suggest you trade it. What I would suggest you do is watch what happens through an entire session, and then after the session is over with, go back and figure out how you would have been able to get into those moves. So this trade right here, 9.75. Then we have this 8.5, and then we have 9.67. Right. So this was a 27.92 London morning opportunity. All right. Now, like I said, we were trying to catch this here. So if we just go ahead and play this out. Right. We were trying to catch this CPI. This CPI news that was released somewhere within this area. All right, and there we go. There you have it. So we missed our entry by literally a few pips. Literally. By like 1.5 pips. But like I said, it happens sometimes. It's all good. This was the candle that I was looking at for price to return back to, and price continued to move to the upside. I will still be monitoring the charts for or possible trades a little later for my students and my clients. All right, currently looking at a possible opportunity now, actually. We just have to see what happens with price. We have to see if it comes back and it gives us the confluences that we need. But with that being said, I don't want this video to be too long. Hope you guys enjoyed the little backtesting session during London, all right, pre-London and during London. If you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to contact me, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.